Well, good morning, everybody. It is a perfect day to be in a bowling alley, and I truly actually mean that this time. It is freezing. It's 40 degrees outside. It's foggy. It's eerie. It looks like October. And I get to go bowl today. We are here at Jack 60 in Jackson, Michigan for another Central Regional stop. Today, time to make some moves, and it's time to make something happen, all right? We are currently sitting just outside the number for the RPI. We are 10th, and they take 8. Although I think 2 of the guys in front of me already have automatic buys in, so we're technically 8th, but I'm just going to go with the point standing right now. We are sitting 10th. We need to be 8th. Today we are on 47-foot shark. This could either be one of two sharks. This could either be genuine shark, where it is tight and is long and angles have to stay in front of you, or it can be the other shark where it hooks a country mile. I don't know which one we're going to get. Flip a coin. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm excited for the opportunity to go and compete today. This one holds a little weight. We got 2 stops left to gain points for the RPI. So a lot of weight weighs on this tournament. And I'm not saying that to put pressure on myself and to make this way bigger of a dramatic tournament than it needs to be. I'm just saying to be real. We got to get something done today. We got to go into focus. Got to keep our heads focused on what. Got to stay focused at the task at hand. I'm still tired, by the way. We got up at 3:40 this morning to drive here, so little groggy and still waking up. That's okay. I got a big old cup of coffee in there waiting for me. So they are taking 12 to match play today, cashing. I think Bobby said 18 or 15 or 16 or something like that. But 12 making a match play. I got a couple shadow tanks ready. I got a brand new Raptor ready. It's going to be good. I know people are saying 47 feet and tank rampage. Listen, title number 2 came on 46 feet with the tank combat. So I say tank rampage. I meant tank shadow. I'm sorry. Force of habit. Anyways, I'm done ranting because I'm tired and y'all are probably tired of hearing me talk. Let's go get ready to bowl. Let's have a good day. Let's make something happen for this RPI. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
She's still waking up.
You guys are going to be an example of. I thank you for being here. Have a great day. And my motive men, my spring arbor men, and
That was a good day of bowling. That was a great day of bowling. Almost flawless, except for the 2 pairs I hit. Game 4 and Game 8. Yeah? Yeah. Excuse you. Anyways, yeah. I don't have much to say about today. We stayed on top of it all day long. They were tricky, as the number was only +7. They were definitely tricky, and I had to get the ball to see it. You couldn't get the ball to see it early, because it would never get to the spot down lane. And if you only relied on getting the ball to see it on the spot down lane, well, flip a coin. So you had to find this perfect little 38 to 42 foot magic zone to get the ball to see it right. And then if you could do that, you could score half decent. I mean, I wouldn't say I lit the world on fire, but we put up some good games, and you weren't really expecting to shoot anything astronomical because you were literally a pinch left or a pinch fast away from a 2-4-8-10 or from a Greek church. It's just those were lurking around the corner every single game. But we managed the pairs well, stayed on top of transition, went through quite a few bowling balls. I think I probably threw 6 or 7 different bowling balls today. I threw quite a bit, but we made it, guys. We made it to match play. We got a first round bye. We're sitting 3rd overall. Overall, very, very pleased with today. Something to like to capitalize on a little bit better, but I digress because we made match play. That's all that matters. Currently, they're doing match play for the round of 12, and we're gonna go in and watch a little bit, see what's going on. I have a game plan idea for match play, and that is throwing tank shadows. What do you think about that?
Meh.
I don't like when my ball rep doesn't agree with me. That's rough. Anyways, the reason I say that is because, well, I did bowl okay game 1 and half decent game 2, but I aced everything. And I got some very lucky hits. I'll just be blunt. I got some balls that go through the pins that it probably shouldn't. Making them snot tight and then making a shot maker's game is something I'm actually feeling like I have a good chance at today. So we're going to pull urethane out. I'm not going to tell you guys I'm for sure going to throw it, but if I have a look with it and I can get to the hole and know I can throw a couple doubles, yeah, that might be my go-to for this round robin, or for this round of match play, for the round of 8 and so on and so forth. If you guys remember, which you don't because I didn't make a YouTube video for it, in title number 2 that I won, I threw a combat tank on 47 feet dragon. So, I'm not taking it out of the question. But for now, we're going to let our food settle. We're going to go in and watch a little bit of the match play portion. She might take a nap because ball repping is strenuous, right? Yeah. So, we're going to get, I don't know what I was going to say. Let's go in and watch some bowling. All right, real quick before we jump into this round of 8 against Jeffrey Mann, I'm quick going to talk to you guys about what I found on the practice pair as we were waiting for the round of 12 to get done. I was going to talk about this before the actual match, but things kind of moved really quickly there, and I kind of spaced it and forgot, so I'm going to quick fill you guys in now on what you're about to see in this round of 8 match against Jeffrey Mann. I went in to try urethane. Now, it looked okay. It didn't look great. I mean, it looked about the same as reactive resin did, and I got 9 on good shots, I struck on great shots, and I got 8 or 7 on really bad shots, which is the exact same thing I was getting with reactive resin. So it wasn't super convincing. Well, while we're over there on the practice pair, it's me, Graham Fa, and Justin Knowles, and Graham made the statement, why don't we just throw it on the gutter and see what happens? Now, they're left-handed, I know, but I was curious, so I watched him throw one straight up 3-4-5, and it went high flush. I said, I got to give this a shot. Sure enough, I went over to the very, very far right side. I'm looking at 4-5 with my eyes, and I watched the ball hook, set up, and literally funnel to the 1-3. I did it 8 times. I struck 7 of the 8 times, and I said, I'm trying this when I go over for my match against Jeff Mann. So we load up, we go over to Jeff, and sure enough, they're on that pair. It did hook a little bit more, so you won't see me at like 3, 4, 5. You'll see me more at like 5, 6, 7, 8. The reason being, the fronts in that pair actually hooked more, which was more of a blessing for me. It just allowed me to kind of like get softer, get further left, and circle it more. But you'll see me here in this match go to a tank shadow, move all the way right, and it allowed me to be super aggressive at the bottom and be on full attack mode instead of trying to be kind of like hesitant or laid back or gentle. This allowed me to be in the mindset that I like to be in and be super aggressive and go after it. So what you're about to see here is the round of 8 in Jackson, Michigan against Jeffrey Mann, and I pull out a tank shadow on 47 feet shark. Here we go. Well, that worked better than I anticipated. I won't lie. That worked flawlessly. And now that we just made it through that match against Jeff, I'm kind of getting in the headspace of like, this could be it. This could be a really, really good day, especially if I have this look. As we head into the round of 4 against Dean Vargo, I know my work's cut out for me. Dean has had a great day. Dean, I think, qualified second. And the only reason he didn't lead is because he just got a really bad pair the last game. He was next to me all day long. And he just came off of his match against his opponent, and I'm pretty sure Dean shot 518 or something crazy like that for the 2 games. And so I'm just like, I'm going to have to be on it. Like, I'm going to have to be on this. I'm going to have to make shots, and my ball's going to have to go through the pins the right way, because his for sure is. I got to make sure mine is too, otherwise I'm not going to be able to keep up. So I decided to go with the tank shadow again because it allowed me to stay in the headspace I like to be in, aggressive and firm. Because once I have to get soft and I have to get what's the right word? When I have to get soft and sensitive to the pattern, I don't execute quite as well. I like to be aggressive and forward and firm, and everything is an attack type of mindset. So I decided, all right, we're going to go with Tank Shadow again. This pair's a little bit tighter. We're going to make a move in just a little bit. We're going to try to keep it a little bit more in front of us, and we're just going to make the best shots we possibly can. And that is the thought process as we head into the round of 4 in Jackson here against Dean Vargo in a 1-game elimination match. Well, that went about as I expected. Dean, he just was a man all day long, and I quick want to tip my cap to him and say congratulations because he did go on to win this tournament. But going into that match against Dean, that's exactly what I expected to happen. Dean was going to have a really good look, and I was just going to have to execute. Now, unfortunately, the final score doesn't really display how good of a game that really was for me and how close the match was. Going into the ninth frame, I had a chance to shoot 247, and he could punch for 258. And so the match was still very close, and unfortunately, in the ninth frame, I stuffed nined. And basically the match was over there. So Dean went on to then close me out in the ninth and 10th, making very good high quality shots, and moved on to the title match, which then he did end up winning. I think he shot another like 230 or 240 or something like that. The kid's he was just on. It was his day. One thing I want to say that I noticed the difference between Dean and everybody else, and maybe why he was scoring so much better, is that Dean got the light hits to carry where nobody else could. And that just tells me he had a bowling ball that did the right thing, where everybody else not necessarily to do the wrong thing, it just didn't do the right thing as good as his did. And when you have that on top of making good shots, that is a recipe for success, and that's exactly what happened to Dean. So good for him. It was a great weekend of bowling for Dean. I think it's title number 2 for him. And as for me, it was a great weekend of bowling. I mean, kind of under the gun, need to make something happen. RPI is coming up, and I was able to step up and execute all day long and make great shots and put myself in positions to win. And unfortunately, just wasn't my day, and that's okay. And I walked away with, I mean, obviously you don't want to lose, but I walked away with like a big grin on my face because it was like, I'm back to doing what I love. And a big thing that's really changed for me these past couple months is my perspective on this. My wife and I, we are a family of faith, and I believe that there's something way more important to this life than bowling. But one thing we've really kind of focused on is not worrying about what bowling's going to be or what it's not going to be. I don't really know where my future lies with bowling or where I'm going to go with it. But in Matthew 6 it says, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow has enough worries on its own, but first seek the kingdom and his righteousness. And so that's what we're focusing on. And then we have weekends like this where I'm so blessed and so grateful that I was able to go out and compete at this high level, use my talents and abilities to go out and do what I love and compete and connect with people. And yeah, so it's just been a great couple weeks, and I'm really enjoying being in this competitive mindset and edge, and just I'm super grateful. So wasn't a win. It was still a win, though. It was a great weekend of bowling. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're looking forward to getting back at it. Lockport, Illinois is the next one. That is an RPI qualifier for the Midwest, and I'm hoping that I can go in and make something happen there at Strikes and Spares 2. I have had much success in that building. That's actually one of my first honey holes that I've ever had when it comes to bowling. Except for last year, I was 8 for 8 in match play appearances there. And I bowl really, really well there. So looking forward to getting back to Lockport next week. And then we are in Anderson, which I've had a couple good performances in Anderson. So I'm looking forward to that, finishing out the Central region. So, guys, I'm blessed. Thank you guys all for your support. And just, it's crazy. I'm just a weirdo who throws a bowling ball, and I get to meet some of these most amazing people. And I get to bring you guys along for the ride. So praise the Lord for that. And also, you guys stay safe, keep everything straight off the hook, and I will see you next time.